Did you see Joe a lot? Did you run into Joe a lot?
So to be honest, most of the times of seeing Joe was like in the studio. You know, at the time, Cuban had Street Light that he was recording in like for almost a year. So I would be there with a lot of homies that I knew that were affiliates as well, and we'd be there and he'd be there, and be talking and shit, doing what he does, being a leader, of the group at the time, and that was basically it. Like B had a relationship with him, and B did whatever he did with him, but we ain't really have no relationship with Joe.
But were your experiences with him positive though? Like from what you could.
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, like you said at the start of this, like a lot of people thought that I was Spanish. So, he would be on the movement of, us Latinos got to make it. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I'm listening like, wow, wow.
What it do, world? Hey, first and foremost, I gotta get this off my chest. We're not looking for no apology from Fat Joe. Is nobody in the black hip hop world anticipating a Fat Joe album. That's everybody from Brooklyn. Nobody across the globe is anticipating a Fat Joe album. Let's just get that clear. But Fat Joe, you just another colonizer, man. You just like the rest of them. You just like the people that's running the record labels, working for the record labels, all that. You one of them. If you can't benefit from a black person, then you ain't around them. And when you get in your little comfortable little holes, you and your compadres, y'all like to talk about black people, man. For real, y'all know this. And Busta Rhymes, that's a whole nother video. This nigga been in the game for 30 years. We ain't seen him with a woman yet. So I'm just saying. But back to Fat Joe. You are not getting in nobody car and they saying, hey man, bump that new Fat Joe or bump that Fat Joe. Nobody. Zero. They all from where he from. Where he from? Brooklyn? Come on, man. We ain't. And like dude said, this nigga got around other motherfuckers and started just pushing the nigga, the Latinos, nigga, we. We gotta do this. Like, forget what they do. But he see they couldn't take off. He see they couldn't go nowhere. So he had to go right back to the drawing board without the black people knowing that he was talking about them. So he can stay in the game. And then when the nigga went broke, the nigga begged Jay-Z. Begged Jay-Z, nigga. That nigga a worker, man. That nigga ain't no boss. That nigga a worker. Lemon head ass nigga. That nigga's a straight up worker. That nigga so happy to be working with Jay-Z. I always talking about money now. You didn't see that nigga talking about money back then. You didn't. You did not see Fat Joe talking that money shit back then. But now he a worker now, so now he want to speak on that. But we're going to let Smooth continue.
Wow. Because at the time, it was a lot of brothers doing the music, and he was coming in throughout, digging in the crates and all these other brothers that was putting him on. So I guess he felt like now it's time for us to like take over. So I would listen to that and I would take heed to like, okay, it's kind of like a little racist, but it is what it is. It ain't nothing bad, but it's just like, I guess he was so pro Latino that he was really pumping that rhetoric at that time. He was trying to take it to another level.
Well, okay.
Pun was the first one.
Let me play devil's advocate. Okay, so was it racist or was it just that like he was really proud and trying to put on the other side of it because there wasn't really any prominent, you know what I mean, that within the culture?
Well, I ain't going to downplay. I'm going to tell you straight up. He was on some like the Moyo's been doing this for years. It's time for us to come in. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically how it was stated. And that's how I heard it. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. It's pro. It's pro. But at the same time, it was a little bit of shade there, a little bit.
But he got put on by black artists, though.
It's what I was thinking the whole time I'm hearing that. But I'm saying to myself, who am I? I'm just here, just listening. I'm just taking in what he's saying. I'm taking in because I'm in a room full of black Latin brothers that are all in the music industry. You got to understand that too. I'm the only person there personally at the time that looked like I was. So I got in where I fit in. But here we go. That's the rhetoric that was pumped because he felt comfortable. He was in his own world at the time too. Like, you know, you're in a closed environment. You got your people that look up to you, and you got
So
some
you can
people.
say what you really feel.
Exactly. Exactly. Kind of behind closed doors, you know, but
But was like anybody black working for TS at that time? Or was it pretty much like,
I mean, I guess Armageddon was, you know, part of the crew, you know.
but he's Afro Latino, right? Or is he full black?
I'm not sure, but you know, I know he got black in him. I know that.
Right.
And outside of that, you know, they was getting producers like Buck Wild and all different other type of people. But this again,
Now that's crazy. This nigga was trying to make a whole Spanish movement, but it didn't work with hip hop. So he had to go back to the drawing board. And Smooth, I'm glad you decided to keep it 1,000 out because at first it seemed like you wasn't about to say nothing. And you decided to be like, this is what it was, man. And Joseph know that he don't care too much about no blacks, man. He just got to go with the culture because that's where the money at. And then, Fat Joseph, you said Lord Jamar was the weakest person in their camp when they was doing their thing. I think somebody told you about yourself in Terror Squad on some real shit. Well, ain't nobody reaching or looking for no Fat Joe CD or songs. Yes, you made a couple anthems, but you ain't made no whole project that was jamming. You had one song or two songs on every project. Because didn't nobody ever hear nothing else. Talking about y'all made hip hop, bro. Quit playing, bro. Like, it sounds stupid. It sounds smart to some dumb ass niggas, man. Real talk. And that's another thing. You say niggas more than niggas. Because you so used to saying it around your people. But with the ER, like dude said. But it is what it is, man. Leave your comments, man. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out.
This was a good example of how money creates a certain form of arrogance, where you have a lack of self-awareness as to who you are and who you really stand for inside this industry. Like, he thought that because he had more money than me and platinum records, that somehow he was more influential than me, and that he was a bigger, you know, that he meant more to the hip hop culture. And he found a rude awakening by saying that nut ass shit that he said. Like, to say Lord Jamar is a Looney Tunes and yeah, I was the wackest one out of Brand Nubian. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. To say that I'm the wackest one in Brand Nubian is like saying Clyde Drexler was the wackest one on the Dream Team. Or pick any one of them on the Dream Team. There is no whack one in Brand Nubian. Like, Brand Nubian is a dream team, is an all-star team. But now when you say something like that, right, you open yourself up for criticism. And as a person who don't even write their own music, who don't even write their own raps, who is in a crew of phenomenal rappers, dare I say you, sir, were the wackest one in the crew. Let's be clear.
I ain't whooped no ass in a long time, dog. And I've been itching like a motherfucker to whoop some ass. Or just motherfucker test my pop.